Hey, welcome to IM1. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of tips that we discovered in our classroom and see if this would help you. So check this out. A lot of kids are having trouble figuring out which is the independent variable and which is the dependent variable. So that to make things a little bit more clear, you want to be thinking of what depends on what. So here is an idea that we discovered here. Looking at this example, a fish tank is filled with 12 gallons of water if is drained. So it's got water and then it's going to be drained, which means it's going to go down. The water drains at a rate of 1.5 gallons per minute. So before we give you the tips and ideas, let's think about what linear equations have, and I'll write it here on the side. Okay, so linear equations, they have a starting number, all right, and we decided to call that a square, okay? And they also have a rate of change. How much is it changing every single time, right? The change, it's called rate of change, or it's also called the slope, okay? Or it's called the rise over run. So all these things mean the same thing. We also call it delta, a new term. It's a Greek symbol. And the Greek symbol for delta is a triangle. So to make a function, all you really need is this, f of x equals, you need your delta, and that's the one that's going to be multiplied by x, 'cause that's the one that's changing every single time. And then you need, and this is either positive or negative, because it could be going up or it could be going down. And then you're going to need your starting point, which could be positive or negative. Okay. So you really need just to find the delta, which is a rate of change, and your starting number, which, I don't know, we haven't come up with a symbol for that, like a name for it, but it's a square. The starting number, which is your y-intercept, and your rate of change. And in a word problem, such as this one, kids figured something out here. The clues are right here. One of the key words is per. So if you circle per, okay, let me zoom in on that one. This one usually gives you the clues. So if you look at this, here are your variables. You have gallons and you have minutes. So you want to think, what depends on what? Does gallons depend on minutes, or does minutes depend on gallons? Okay. So we kind of thought about this a lot, and we found a pattern, and we've usually the case is that the gallons, this word, will depend on that word. So the amount of gallons in the fish tank depends on how many minutes it's been going on. So kids discover that this one is the independent. Oh, I'm sorry, I got this mixed up. This is the dependent, okay? This one depends on the other one, and this one is the independent. And you want to think, oh, okay, that's kind of a cool idea. So this word is usually the one that depends on the other. And as you can tell, look, D, dependent, comes before I. So another little trick to remember, right? In alphabetical land, D becomes before I, dependent comes before minutes. All right, so now you have your words. So you have dependent, which would be, these are usually the units. Okay, and this is your minutes. Hello, and you can put time here, and then water. It's kind of like the main idea. Now, the last piece of this puzzle is this. So we're looking for the delta and the square, and when you see the word per, this is typically your delta right here. Okay, that's how much is changing. And then here is your starting number. So now you can quickly make the function, which would be f of x, and then you can replace the triangle with 1.5. We can put it in here, x, and it's going down, so it's a negative, and it's a plus, and then the 12, which is the square. Okay, so here's the idea. I hope this works out for you. Post some comments and send me some questions or comments. Thank you.